Hey guys, what is going on? So I wanted to give a couple updates on Turkesterone. So first one is going to be earlier this morning. Gorilla Mind / Derek was able to release a tiny batch of Turkesterone, and that was going to be the last batch for months because apparently it takes a long time to get everything processed. They have to go to like different countries and get the complexing stuff done and everything like that. So there was a batch that went live this morning. I woke up at, I want to say around 9:30. And I saw it on Instagram. I actually was going to try and get some. And then I was thinking like, there's probably people who need a little bit more than me. Hesitated for a bit. And then I tried to see, how many are left, how many could I get? And it said 3. And then I kept, updating, trying to add it to my cart just to see. And then it sold out like right before my eyes. So that was around, I want to say 10 a.m. it sold out. So unfortunately, if you were not able to get that batch, there's not going to be any more for a couple months, unfortunately. For me, I have roughly, 12 weeks worth of Turkesterone. Now, I've obviously gone through some of that, but that's probably a good amount to be able to test to see if it works. So for those of you who were able to get it, congrats. But yeah, that's just the update on that. So people ask me about restocks pretty regularly, and basically it's going to be a couple months, it sounds like. So that is kind of sucky, but at the same time, gives people a little bit of time to kind of try it out and give more people the opportunity to kind of get different batches and stuff like that. So that's the update on that one. In terms of, I was talking about taking my capsules, 6 times a day, or if I'm going to do 6 capsules, split it up into 6 different dosages. And I got a couple interesting comments, and I'm not advising you to do these things or whatever, but these are just some things that I was told. So one, apparently I can't remember the name of the thing that Derek complexed the Turkesterone with, but apparently that allows the absorption to be improved sublingually, which is under your tongue. So apparently if you put the Turkesterone under your tongue with that complex, I guess it's going to help with absorption. I actually did try it this morning and it was less nasty than I thought. So I don't know if I can do that 6 times a day, maybe 3 times a day. I don't know. But I did it once this morning. I tested it out. And yeah, it wasn't as bad as I was kind of expecting. So that's maybe one alternative. Again, I'm not advising you to do that. It's not a pleasant tasting thing, but it's not as bad as I've had worse things before, and I can kind of get through it. But that's one thing. Maybe if you have it, you have a small amount and you kind of wish you had more. Maybe that's a way to get a little bit more absorption. And then somebody else said something about grapefruit juice being able to improve the bioavailability. Now, I don't know anything about that. I don't have grapefruit juice, and I was actually kind of considering going to get some, but there's a blizzard outside right now, so not going to do that. But, I did some orange juice this morning, so, maybe that has a similar effect. I don't know. But there are a couple products that are supposed to help with absorption of different things. I've kind of been like, I wonder if this could help. Like one of them, black pepper extract is one that's added into things to help with bioavailability. So maybe that helps. I know that's in a lot of supplements that I take, so maybe it's in something that you take. Maybe that does help. I know like something like estrogen is supposed to help with absorption of certain nutrients. So can't really say if any of these things are going to have an effect, but maybe look into that kind of stuff yourself if you don't have an adequate dosage. Maybe you're running like 2 a day or something and you wish, you kind of got more or something. So I'm going to be testing that out. But as I've kind of been saying over the past couple of days, I feel like I'm actually starting to see some positive effects after, taking this for a few weeks. So in the gym, I've been working out. My workouts have been really good. So that's awesome. My strength numbers seem to be like at least where they were at. If not, they might be climbing a little bit. I feel like the lifts that I've been able to do have been a little bit easier, but I'm not really pushing my strength numbers yet. I'm doing like kind of a gradual increase in strength to see if I can actually get some PRs by the end of all this, just because after I've been doing some hypertrophy type training, my strength has actually gone down a bit. But that's kind of to be expected. That's happened to me before, and I'm able to bounce back and do that. So strength is kind of at that level. Hypertrophy seems like I'm gaining weight, but I can't really be sure. Well, I am gaining weight. It seems like I'm gaining muscle. I can't really be sure about that. But so I said I weighed 227 a couple days ago. Yesterday I weighed 226.8, and this morning I weighed 226.4. So that is not a fluke. I went from 220, 221 to 224, and then to 227-ish, 226 and a half, whatever you want to call it, all within a matter of a few days. So something's happening in my body. I don't know what's going on. I've been having the same diet as I've been saying, haven't cheated on it or anything like that. So weight is going up. I don't feel like I'm getting fat, and you know, getting close to 230-ish, and these are, you know, I'm weighing in the morning and stuff like that. My all-time, you know, heaviest I've ever been is 240. So obviously that is added fat and stuff like that. And I was pretty chubby back then, but I feel pretty lean right now. I feel good. I feel like my legs are growing. I feel like I talked about my shoulders and stuff like that. So I will keep you guys updated on that. I'm going to be ramping up my strength training stuff. So it's going to be a while until I'm able to test those, but I was doing OHP yesterday, and it felt really good. It felt really good. So, and my max with OHP is 245. So it's not like I'm throwing around baby weights. Like I don't know anybody personally who can do more OHP than that. So that's definitely like a higher number. And that's one of my strong suits is my shoulders as it is in terms of like strength. So if I can get my OHP even higher, I mean, I think that's a really good indicator of it being able to increase my strength. With the bench, I think it has a lot more to do with like frequency, and I'm not benching as much as I normally would if I was like trying to go for a PR. But like I said, towards the end of all of this, I'm going to start ramping up my strength work a little bit more, focus less on muscle gain, and then maybe after I do this whole Turkesterone thing, I'll go into a strength cycle. Can't really be sure what I'm going to do, but currently I am focusing more on muscle gain, and it does seem like, you know, my shoulders and stuff, my upper back seems like it's getting a little bit bigger maybe, and then I feel like my legs are probably the number one thing that I've noticed a difference on. So we'll see what happens there, but I feel like I'm finally starting to get some really good results, and I'm going to try and do some of those absorption methods. But guys, if you don't have the Turkesterone, some people in the comments of some of my other videos have talked about being able to get it from alternative sources. Now, I can't say anything about that because I've not tried anything else, but it's going to be a couple months before you can get any Turkesterone. So just be aware of that. Kind of sucky, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. And hopefully, you know, guys like me, if it ends up going good for us and, you know, we can get like videos like these to be seen by Derek. I mean, obviously I haven't seen enough results to really like warrant getting more Turkesterone, but if people like us who are documenting, you know, the journey and stuff like that, if we can see really good results, I think that'll be a big enough push for Derek to, you know, try and get this as mass produced as possible. So obviously, you know, it's going to be some time before I can really dictate how effective this thing is. I still have almost a couple months left on this stuff in terms of the batch that I currently have, or the amount that I have. So hopefully I can continue to see gains. And if I can gain like 5 pounds, I mean, I don't know if that's what I'm heading towards, but it seems like it's starting to really work. And I really wasn't expecting much. I'm actually already kind of at a level where I'm already impressed with it. So the fact that, you know, I've seen this much improvement, maybe it's placebo, maybe it's not, but I feel like, you know, we'll see. So after a couple months, we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I will keep you updated, and I'll talk to you soon.